All right, welcome to the pod. You know what time it is. It's Off the Edge with me, your host, Cam Jordan. Oh, man, we're getting blessed. We're getting blessed with a twofer.
Here we go.
We're getting blessed with a twofer. You know, I got Adam Thielen, just a Pro Bowler. You know, just a guy who was a staple for the Minnesota Vikings, now over the Carolina Panthers. Wide receiver, one for real. I mean, when you talk about possession receiver, my guy fits a stack. Put it on, Bryce. We're going to talk to you too, big fella. Come on. We're sitting next to Bryce Young, showing immense talent, immense growth this year. I mean, what you overcame this year was nothing short of amazing. Just because, you know, there was a stint where, the Red Rocket came in and was out there throwing Red Rifle. I'm always messed that up. But Andy Dalton, you know, and then you took over and you came back with a vengeance, my boy.
Appreciate you.
What's your mindset like?
Just want to keep stacking. Just want to be consistent with what I was doing. I was grateful for the opportunity. And then just want to be consistent, lean on guys like this, which help, just lean on the team and just want to be successful. A
picture of consistency, Adam Thielen. Come on, man. Wherever they put you, you show out. And you don't get the props that you deserve. So I'm just gonna give you your flowers now, boy. Like it's always a pleasure to see you take the field and like, no, Adam Thielen, like he's getting older, you can guard him, and yet you snag everything. I'm like, bro, stop disrespecting people that don't need to be disrespected.
Man.
Well, we Bryce and I talk about a lot. I'm just really good at finding zones, finding holes in the defense. Not fast enough to beat man-to-man coverage, but just find a way.
Wow. Tell him I'm white without saying I'm white. Crafty. Understand the defensive spots. I don't like it for you, bro. No, I've seen the burners on you. No, we're not doing that. But I mean, just you guys' chemistry. How'd that go along this last 2 years now?
Yeah, well, for me, honestly, just coming in as a rookie, not knowing how to, not knowing what to expect, not knowing what everything was, trying to find my footing. Having a guy like Adam who has had so much success for so long, he was. I appreciate it. He was super communicative. Is that how you say that?
Communicative? Yeah.
Communicative. Appreciate it. I said it with confidence. I was like, should I just go over it? But he communicated super well about. He was just super open about talking. Hey, this is how I see things. How do you see things? Just wanting to get on the same page and having that urgency about it for me as a young guy coming in was super beneficial. And I was always wanting to hear his opinions on stuff because he had seen a lot more. He's seen a lot more NFL ball than I had, wanted to hear that, and him making himself available. And then obviously that translates to the field of it's a lot. He gets open a lot, so it's I always
because he's crafty.
Yeah, exactly.
Zone covers, man. Come on, teams like to play us.
Yeah, so I'm always he makes it a lot easier for me to be in this position.
Look, you went to Bama. Thielen, you've been to Carolina. You guys have ran in some country, but you got a receiver.
Did you go to? You went SEC though, right?
I mean Bama of the North, I guess.
That's what they call it. That's what I heard. They talk about Mankato being all the time.
That's usually what they say when they think about Mankato.
Where
it's
is
same
Mankato?
As Bama. It's southern Minnesota.
Wow.
Yeah, we could just call it Minnesota State. It sounds a little better.
I mean, I was born in Eden Prairie, but what we're not going to do is ever say Minnesota anywhere is country. It's Canada. They're very nice, polite people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I mean, let's talk about the kid Xavier. I'm not even going to
Leggett.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. When he talks, I cannot and I've been to Opelousas, I've been to Lake Charles. I mean, I'm throughout Louisiana now. He's one of those New Iberia types.
My favorite thing is in receiver meetings is no one knows what he's saying except for me. So Coach Moore will literally ask him a question, Xavier will respond, and then Coach will immediately look to me like, what did he say? And I have to translate, and then everyone's like, why are you the one who's translating? It doesn't make any sense. But for some reason, I just understand what he's saying.
Got it. Yeah. Got it. Hence why it's the South of the North.
Yeah, exactly.
So in a huddle, you call out a play.
Yeah.
In practice, he comes to you and he starts talking to you. Hey, I mean, what are we talking about?
I've gotten better too. I honestly feel like at first it was adjustment, but I think going to Bama, we had a couple of guys that I'm not gonna lie, he's the most egregious. But we've had a couple guys that were close, so I've gotten better. And when we have unit meetings, to this day, he'll say something. Whenever he says something in unit meeting, he'll say something like normal. I'm not gonna try to do his voice, but something like, okay, so I got an outside release on that, and legit. We'll be silent for 2 seconds. Everyone just start cracking up. And this is week 17. I'm like, bro, I heard him. Is everyone still this behind?
Yes.
So I think I've adjusted a little bit. It's just yesterday I seen him and it was a little loud where we were at. and it was dark.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I can't, like, normally I do better, I know, but like not right now. Like,
can't even read your lips, bro.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I was like,
nothing
bro, I'm not gonna lie. We can't have a conversation.
Hey, so
Should be up front.
I just want to know, like we saw the viral clips of like Thanksgiving came around and he came in with the coon.
You tried it,
like
right?
with the raccoon. There we go. I was like, yo, who actually, like, I've ate some wild stuff. Like, I've gone to Japan, I've ate some wild stuff. I've gone to Korea, I've gone to, whatever, Egypt. I've had some random meats. I've gone to Liberia and had some bush meat. Pause. Wild sentence. And then when I think about just like, so he comes in with, whatever it was raccoon, right?
Yep.
Tried it.
Well, here's the deal. So built a pretty good relationship with him over the year, and he's my guy. I mean, I love that kid. He's a great kid, works hard. He tries to do things the right way. So when you have a guy like that, you just kind of root for guys like that, right? As you know. And so anyways, we build up a strong relationship. So over the season, he's like, hey man, like raccoon, it's so good. Like you'll like it. I promise you.
The next
and
time,
I'm like, all right, like, we got a good relationship. I'll trust you. I'll try it. So, he kept saying he's going to bring it in, never did. Finally, around Thanksgiving time, brings it in to the locker room. And it's like he didn't have it in the cooler.
Yeah.
Like it was just like in a Tupperware, and he's like, just like carrying it through the locker room, like not cold. Like this is just like,
you tried it?
This is room temperature raccoon.
You tried it.
And I tried it.
Did you try it? That's my last question.
I did not try it. I have self-respect.
Hey, appreciate it.
Good to see you, buddy.
Tap out. Yeah, it's better.
And yes. Tomorrow I got nothing, so I'll see you tomorrow. So anyways, I took a little pinch of it and I tried it.
Was that like it's like a pinch of dip?
And
like,
he swears that it's like good. Like and it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's just like super well. They obviously I think it's his uncle who makes it, and is like he swears by it. Like, oh, he's the only one that can cook it, the only one I'll eat it from. And so I think they just put so much seasoning on it that it's like you're just tasting seasoning.
Got it.
But like the actual meat is like it's disgusting.
Yeah, I figured. I'm not gonna lie. Like I get it. They say like raccoons wash their hands before they eat. But what's it got to do what they're eating? Like
I'm
scavengers.
I'm glad I tried it though, because it's like
you now know you never want any raccoon again.
Yeah, and like it's kind of cool. Like how many people have actually eaten raccoon?
Okay, I mean, yeah, it's not gonna be me. And I've had like random foods now. Like I think I've had horse, and then I didn't like.
Wow.
Yeah. I hope I have never had dog, but then again, I've gone to some places where I never asked.
I think it just makes it worse that you like know what a raccoon is. You know what I mean? Like if it was just like, here's some meat, like try it.
Yeah, you might partake.
Yeah,
you've had rabbit before, right?
Yeah,
I've had rabbit. That's fine.
I'm fine with that. Like rabbits are fine.
Right. In my mind, like eventually I'll have armadillo one day. I've had snake multiple times.
Crocodile,
absolutely. Yeah. I think I've even had like shark somewhere, blue whale, possibly, which will probably get me struck by PETA. But
you had octopus,
of course. Come on, my 6-year-old. My 6-year-old loves octopus.
Oh, really?
Goes out of her way to say, "Yeah, Dad, give me the legs." And I know exactly what legs she's talking about. I'm like, baby, okay. We also lived in Spain for 3 months, so like I've opened up their minds to other things. Lived in Spain, and somewhere she became a fan of pulpo, which is octopus, and she's like, "Yeah, give it."
That's funny. Yeah.
Monsters.
Not what I was eating when I was 6.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. I'm trying to figure out how to create a chip for these kids, because these kids are growing up like the NIL era college kids. Like, what do they actually have to want? Like in the video game, yeah, they get those. Like, clothes, don't have to worry about it. Food, always going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, where is their chip? Their house, amazing.
I know. I often think about that. I'm like, maybe when I'm done playing, that we should like move into like a,
2-bedroom.
I don't know. Yeah, small little place.
Create a chip.
Just like, hey, this is like, it's not just like you don't get to just do whatever you want and have this cake little easy way in and out. But I think you just try to install that foundation and make sure that they understand like, that you have to work hard and work for the things you want.
Right.
But it's hard to do.
It's hard to do. Like you can work hard and do everything else, but you expect now to be rewarded.
I know. I agree. It's tough, but it makes you think differently when you have kids.
Right, man. That's all. Like I said, I'm trying to figure this part out. I'm like, man, I never had J's till I got to college, and I bought them. My kids came out like Jordan brand athletes.
Yeah. Every year they got a new pair.
Every year, like every 3 months, like, oh
true.
man, like we got the family set, you know, like it's a beautiful, awesome thing to do. But I'm like, where's their chip? Anyways, I'm thinking I'm thinking in my line of work, I've seen you start to grow in this space, which you never really did. When I say space, like media space, like, so you see a future in the media. I mean, the last few years you started dabbling.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy it. Definitely see a future. I don't know what that looks like. But yeah, I love talking about ball. I love meeting new guys, talking about how they got to where they are.
Yeah.
I love all sports. So I grew up playing 4 sports all the way through high school. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So I definitely
Minnesota would
be
soccer.
What's that?
Minnesota would be soccer.
I never played soccer.
Huh.
Yeah.
I was a soccer guy. Okay.
I don't know what it was. I went to one soccer. I have a soccer story, but I went to one soccer practice.
Okay.
When I was probably 5-6 years old, and my mom drops me off. I get there. The first thing we did was run laps around the entire field, and I immediately never went back. Never went back to a soccer practice ever again. Like that's not me. Like give me a ball.
Yeah.
And give me a goal. I'm good.
Okay.
But like
so the 4 sports.
Football, basketball, baseball, and golf.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All the way through high school.
Okay.
And then even my first year of college, came back and played summer baseball just because I love the change of scenery.
Okay.
You know, I got a little ADD, you know.
Don't we all?
I need a little,
Nobody's ever said, "Oh man, your focus is so strong." No. It's fleeting.
Yeah. And so I just wanted to change the pace, and then that made me excited, you know. When it went from football to basketball season, it was like a whole new challenge. And you got to lock in, and you got to practice, and like you have this urgency to get better quickly because you have like 2-week break between football season and basketball season to like get your skills, you know, freshened up, where most of the kids are just playing basketball. Right. So they've been playing all fall ball and all that. And it's like, no, I'm going to find a way to be better than you with 2 weeks of practice.
For sure. It's the competitive in you. Like that's how we stay competitive. I love the idea of like not singularly focusing on one sport.
Yeah.
Kids these days are like, oh yeah, like 13 years old. Like, yeah, I'll just play football, tackle football. How do you just play one sport?
I have parents come up to me all the time, like, you know, at watching my kids play sports. Hey, what do you think
of them?
Yeah. What do you think about like, well, that too, but you know, you get the like, what do you think about multi-sports? Do you think they should be specialized or not? You know, but I always think it's like, I wouldn't be where I am without the sports I played. Like without basketball, like most of what I do is from basketball,
right?
Like body control and, you know, being able to feel the game and like feel the space around you is mostly from basketball. High pointing the ball and stuff like that.
Spatial awareness.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, in soccer, you dribbling the ball. You have to be aware of not only the defender in front of you, but who's coming for you.
Yeah,
but from the side. Wow, crazy. From whatever attack it is. I mean, basketball the same way. As you're dribbling up the court, you could have a trailer headed your way. You could have, you know, a guy that you're trying to pass to, but oh man, you know, you can't make a cross court pass. I'm like, if I just played football, just imagine just growing up a defensive lineman. How shifty are you going to be? Not so shifty.
No, it's not going to work.
If all you do is grow up as a wide receiver, yeah, you're going to be fast and catch, but like, are you going to be able to be physical?
Yeah. I always say like, if I'm a scout or if I'm a GM,
yeah,
the first thing I'm watching is like, what they do in high school basketball? Like, were they scoring points? Were they like, I don't want a guy that was a rebounder.
Yeah.
I want a guy that was like dog, getting the paint, scoring points.
Right.
And like that guy's gonna be a good receiver probably.
And I want to know his mentality.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, if you're a GM, right, are you going to be like the Ravens GM, Eric DeCosta, who said they use Madden ratings as part of their player evaluation?
I am not using Madden ratings for sure.
What next? PFF?
Definitely not PFF. No offense to PFF people.
No,
but
all offense.
But no, I just feel like there's so much of the feel is gone from scouting. It's all numbers and all the analytics, which some of that stuff is great, but like there's no feel anymore. Like have some feel.
Guys get put up on this draft board. Like after a combine, they'll be like, he's got 10 games worth of film.
Yeah. And
he gets excellent combine numbers. The next thing you know, it's like, oh man, he's jumped the leaderboard.
Yeah, draft stock rising.
He's gonna lock in for top 15. And you're like, excuse the hell out of you.
Because you saw him in some underwear.
Right. And then a year later, you're like, oh man, we had such high hopes for him. Don't give up now. No, you chose this man.
Well, I also love the like, oh yeah, like we got good coaches. We'll coach him up.
We'll coach him up.
He'll learn the game. It's like if you haven't like figured out the game by the end of your college career, like probably not going to just like magically figure it out in
Absolutely.
the NFL. Like,
Absolutely.
And the coaches are, I mean, obviously coaching
matters.
Coaching matters.
Officially,
for sure.
now that I know, I was like, oh no, you can always overcome coaching. I have officially had coaching at a position where I was like, you can't overcome this.
Yeah.
There's guys that try to outthink themselves in this game. And sometimes you have to let people be great at what they're great at.
And I think it depends on where you're at in your career too, right?
For sure.
It's a bummer for guys to come into the league and not have
any direction.
Yeah. Not have like solid mentorship and coaching. Because if you put your energy in the wrong direction, it can detour your career.
Yeah, absolutely. You could be like, if you had a coach that understood technique, formation, recognition, and help you in those ways, you could become a better player. I'm now 100% confirmed.
Yeah, 100%.
But anyways, I appreciate you tapping in with me in the pod. Thank you for being the player you are, being consistent and crafty, and keep on balling. I'm not going to ask you how many years you're going to have left, guy. I see you're going to play in this game as long as you want to. So it's not. It's clearly your mentality, your fortitude is whatever it's going to be.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, it's you know how it is. Like towards the end of the year, you're like, man, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
I don't know. I got rebirth towards the end of the year. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, give me all these reps. I was like, this shit's are mine anyways.
I had 2 weeks after the season. I'm like, oh, I could play easy.
Absolutely.
My body's starting to feel good. Like got my energy back. It's like with the end of the season, especially like you have kids, like you have no energy, and you get home and you're like, I got nothing for you.
Oh.
And so like having those 2 weeks after the season, like you just like boom, like, oh, this is awesome. I forgot what it's like to like be able to like
you get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Indeed. But anyways,
yes,
my boy, appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right.
What a blessing to be a blessing to people.
Yes, sir.
I hope you listeners are tuning in. My guy Adam Thielen is the epitome of what it is to be a pro. Peace.
Yes, sir.